Is it Mehdi or Mehdi?
Yeah, it's Mehdi. Mehdi.
Mehdi? Okay. Do you have any questions?
Yes, I do. I have a question about fear. I'm a fearful person. For the past 5 months, I've been having these panic attacks, and I feel like my mind is out of control. I just want to guarantee that I have control over my mind, that I'm powerful over my mind.
Okay. So you want to guarantee it? Are you?
Yeah.
How are you going to go about guaranteeing it?
I don't know. I just I feel like I'm not an English speaker, so
that's okay. I totally understand
I feel like I just I'm a fearful person, and I don't have control over my mind. I trust everything the mind said, and I sometimes find myself in the dark stages, and I feel out of control. So yeah, I just want to know that I have a power over this mind.
Well, I'll help you here. Is a lot of the fear actually comes from losing control. And you can see just how you're questioning. You're saying, well, I want to know absolutely that I'm in control over my mind. And it's this one that wants to be in control that's afraid of losing control. And as soon as we feel like we're losing control, or there's going to be this fear of giving up control. And this happens when we are very rigid about the future going a certain way. Just tell me, just let me leave the call knowing that I can control my mind. You want this reassurance of this later time that you'll be in control of your mind. Maybe when you leave the call, then I'll finally be in control of my mind. So it's this need of control all the time that actually creates the fear. Do you notice how when you're experiencing a lot of the fear or the panic, it's always about the future?
No, not the future.
Well, you're not aware of that?
It's about being crazy. Being crazy. Well,
it's about being crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Going crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the same thing. It's letting go of control. And
yes,
as you go deeper in the realization, it's about letting go of control totally. It's about letting go of who you think you are, which feels a lot like you might go insane. You might go crazy. Because at that stage of the realization there's kind of two fears that kind of pop up: fear of death or fear of going insane. So it's kind of like pick your poison. But it's always about, it's this fear of letting go of control. It's this fear of letting go of control. It's this fear of not having a future. Because notice how you never experience any fear in the present moment.
Yeah.
Notice how if you just simply just sit still and just look at me, notice how there's no fear here. Did you experience any fear?
No.
No. Let's try again. Just simply just look, just relax. What is here? What is here right now?
Nothing.
And what's aware of that?
Me. Think like it's me.
Yeah. So you weren't experiencing any problems. There's no fear.
Nothing.
There's no sadness, no guilt, no shame, no story. There's nothing. It was just you.
Yeah.
So you're seeing that you're existing without a past. You exist without a future.
But there's also a fear of this emptiness, this nothingness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not during the experience of it. Because you just experienced the emptiness. What you were experiencing was emptiness, was it not? There was just an awareness of emptiness. And see that what's arising, that awareness is still here right now. And there's these thoughts that are appearing. Oh, but I'm afraid of the emptiness. What happens if the mind goes and there's only this emptiness? You're already that. You just experienced that for yourself. That you are already that emptiness. That this thought of disappearing is like an add-on. It's something that's being added on to the emptiness. The emptiness is already here. It's the foundation of everything. You are already that. The thought of being afraid of the emptiness it's an afterthought. Because you are aware of no thought, and then you're aware of a thought. And then you're aware of that when that thought vanishes. So you're already here prior to the thought. And that thought isn't a problem for emptiness.
No.
Or nothingness, whatever word you want to use. You said nothing. I said, what's here? You said nothing. Yet something was there that was aware of nothing. It's not really nothing. It's no thing. And then what's aware is no thing that's aware of something. Isn't this fear something? It's like something's happening. Fear. Right? You say, oh, this fear of going crazy. That sounds like something's happening. But what is aware of something happening? No thing.
Yeah.
And that's not happening.
It is hard to accept that this voice that's been with me my whole life is just an illusion. So there's also fear about that.
Yeah. Well, again, it's just like that answer with Luke. It takes essentially feeling that fear fully. Because you see how, can you sense how you're resisting that fear? You don't want to feel it.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm afraid of the fear. I'm fearful of the fear. It's like a double fear. Because there's fear that's arising, but now you're afraid to feel the fear. But see that all of these thoughts of fear, the feelings of fear, they're all temporary. They're all coming and going. They're all appearances that are appearing in you. And without any thinking going on, when you just sat still with me, you just realize, wow, there's just this emptiness, this vastness, this nothingness. It's like you just realize that you are the sky. But the fear that you're experiencing, the fearful thoughts and the fearful feelings are like clouds that are just passing by. You're like the sky that's afraid of the clouds. But notice how the clouds are just coming and going. They're just passing by. The clouds are dependent on the sky, but the sky is not dependent on the clouds. You just experienced no feelings and no thoughts just a minute ago. I said, what is here? You didn't give me a bunch of thoughts and feelings that were here. You said nothing. That's like realizing that the sky, there's no clouds in the sky. There's just the sky. But now it's like the sky that's resisting clouds. It's like the sky that says, oh, well, you cloud, you're a dark storm cloud. You can't come across me. You can't appear here. And it's trying to prevent it. But you have to see clearly that you exist without those clouds. You have to see that you exist prior to the clouds. You have to see that you're actually untouched by those clouds. The clouds don't touch the sky. They appear in the sky, but they never touch the sky. The sky doesn't get wet by storm clouds. It doesn't get zapped by lightning. The sky's not afraid of thunder. These emotions, it's like the weather. It's always changing. It's coming and going, but it's temporary. And if you just realize that what you are is permanent, every time you check, there's just that nothingness, that emptiness. That's not an object. The fearful thought, it's objective. It's like you're seeing it as an object. Here's that fearful thought coming in. Here's that fearful emotion coming in. I can feel it coming close. It's starting to happen. It's like you're able to objectify it. But what is the subject? Well, it's that emptiness that the emotion is arising in. Are you able to see it? Like, are you able to see clearly what I'm pointing to?
Oh, yes.
Yes, yeah. Yeah. Do you have a feeling of like relief, a little relief by seeing this with this clarity?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Yeah. So is there a reason to be afraid of these emotions?
Actually not.
No.
Absolutely not.
Because you're afraid of losing something. You're like, what if I just lose it? What if I just lose myself? I've known this voice forever, you said. which I'm identifying with. And you're saying, well, what if I just lose it? I'm saying you don't have to lose anything. You don't have to lose anything. Just see that that's not you. I said, what's here? You said nothing. Can nothing lose anything?
No.
No. So what's there? You're the nothing. Experientially, you just realize that you are nothing. Obviously, everything else was gone. I said, what's here? You said nothing. It's very similar to deep sleep. In deep sleep, there's no awareness of a body. There's no awareness of a mind. You've already experienced this every single night. You experience a body right now, a mind right now, and a world right now in this waking state. In the dream state, you experience a dream body, a dream mind, and a dream world. In the deep sleep state, you experience no body, no mind, and no world, showing you that you still exists without a body, a mind, and a world. So you actually, what you're afraid of losing, you lose it every single night when you go to bed. You probably don't go to bed thinking, I'm so afraid to lose myself, so afraid to lose myself. What if I go insane trying to fall asleep? You don't do that. And you know that when you wake up from sleep in the morning, you know that you love your sleep. You know that you enjoyed your sleep. You know that your sleep was peaceful. You know that your sleep was freeing. What is there that is aware of all that? You. So what you're experiencing is actually your true nature. So there's nothing to be afraid of losing. Because you're already nothing, and nothing can't lose anything. Is it clear?
Yeah.
You can see it? Did it feel like that fear just dropped?
I do.
It's not here anymore, is it?
No.
Yeah, what fear?
Nothing.
Exactly. Awesome. Does anybody else have a question? You're welcome.